Another reason why you should not choose motivation over discipline is because with motivation, you can fall into a trap where you keep thinking about what you want to do, but you don't actually do it. But this is why you should choose discipline over motivation, because you actually think about what you're going to do and then you actually figure out a way of how you can do it in this moment rather than waiting for a very long time to actually do something. And discipline is the push that you need, and motivation is like the pull, because motivation can pull you back if you're feeling really bad. In this video today, it's going to be for people that want to take action or have something that they want to do, but they need like an extra push. To begin this video, today's topic is about choosing discipline over motivation. Discipline, it helps you to realize what it is that you're doing wrong. And once you realize what it is you're doing wrong, you can take a step in a new direction and then you can move forward. Because once you move forward, you can then see if the new thing you're hoping to try works out. Here's an example for you. So let's say you're good at coming up with the video ideas, you're good at creating the video footage, but if you end up coming up with so many different ways of doing something and then you don't actually follow through with anything, and if you've never tried editing before, you'll realize that there's so many aspects to editing that you should at least know the basics, and then you can create a plan. And the aim of discipline is just so that if something doesn't work, that you can try something else. And you have to realize that discipline also tracks your progress as well, that you can always look back on things that you did wrong, things that you did right. Even if things are not going your way, it's good for you to show up, even though you don't feel good in the moment. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the difference of what happens when you choose motivation over discipline. What I wanted to say of why you can't rely on motivation and why you shouldn't choose motivation over discipline. Say for example, you have a motivation, but then you ask other people what their motivations are and it seems similar to yours. It then becomes harder for you to actually be motivated because you're just seeing someone else do something which you don't want to do, but then you just realize that when you want to do something that you won't be able to do it because you're not looking for people that actually have done what you want to do. With motivation, it can't be relied on because say for example you ask other people what their motivation is and then you realize that you relate to other people's reasons for why they're motivated. You relate to their circumstances as well, where you're in the same environment. But when it comes to motivation in terms of that aspect, it's just difficult to adapt to a new environment where you could be tested. In terms of tested, I mean tested in your thinking, tested in your skills. That's why you should keep yourself more accountable because you know what it is you want to do, and with discipline, you'll just be one step closer to where you want to be. Another reason why you should not choose motivation over discipline is because with motivation, you can fall into a trap where you keep thinking about what you want to do, but you don't actually do it. But this is why you should choose discipline over motivation, because you actually think about what you're going to do and then you actually figure out a way of how you can do it in this moment rather than waiting for a very long time to actually do something. Discipline is the push that you need, and motivation is like the pull, because motivation can pull you back if you're feeling really bad, but with discipline it can push you forward. That people that ask for motivation have no motivation, and this one is debatable because I know that some people may be motivated but they want to work with a group of people to make something happen. That's why it's debatable. If you have something you're thinking about but you have no goal behind it, it's just a wish that you're wishing to get there but you don't actually have a plan to actually get there. One more thing that I wanted to say is that with discipline, you're more likely to make progress than motivation.